Good day, everyone. My name is Nnamdi, and I'm going to be talking about maximizing your college experience. Now, the theme of the Real Talks event is belonging. And by experience and studies, I've seen that one way to really belong or feel like you belong somewhere, either a community, an organization, even a family, is to feel valuable and be valuable. And one way that humans feel valuable is when we achieve success in areas that matter to us. And that's why I'm going to be talking about maximizing your college experience, because that will help you feel achieve that success you need, and then you feel that value, and then you feel like you belong. And I divided my topic into three: that start, build, and enjoy. So you may be wondering, start what? You need to start early. And by starting early, I mean valuing your time. You know, we can lose money and get money back. We can lose friends and get friends back. We can lose relationships and get them back. Even connections, you can lose them and get them back. But when you lose time, you really lost. You don't get it back. So it's important for us to value our time. I can still remember when I was here on my first day in college, and here I am finishing up my first semester of junior year. So time keeps moving. So you need to learn to order your priorities. And when I say order your priorities, I'm not necessarily talking about negative things, like pushing negative things aside. I mean, even positive things that are important. You have to sit down and find out what is most important to you and make sure those are the things you attack first. So these are things you need to do in starting early. Also, you need to start strong. Now, the foundation is the most important part of every building. So, and when I talk about foundation, I'm simply talking about your GPA. So it's easier to get A's in your first 2 years. This is my experience. It's easier to get A's in your first 2 years. So the idea of starting strong is using your first 2 years to build and get all the A's you can get. Because in your last 2 years, it's going to be more difficult. Not impossible, but more difficult. So if you build those A's, if you get those A's in your first 2 years, all you do in your last 2 years is maintain your GPA as opposed to trying to pull it up. So we need to start early and start strong. And secondly, we need to build. But build what? Build relationships with students. So these are students you're going to be seeing multiple times. You'll see them in different classes. So it's important to build connections with them, talk to them, say hello, so that when you meet them in your junior year, in your senior year, you can work together. You already know each other. And secondly, you need to build connections with professors, because professors have gone ahead of you. They know where you want to go to and they know how to get you there. So build connections with them. Ask good questions in class. Go for their office hours. Make a good impression so that when you need recommendations from them later, it's easier. Also, you need to build your resume. And by building your resume, I mean getting involved on campus. Have something you're doing outside of school, because recruiters and employers want to see what you do outside of classes. So join organizations, get that experience, build your leadership skills, and that way you help build your resume. And finally, to put a balance to everything I've said, you need to ensure that you are resting well. You need to have time to rest. And this is something I struggled with personally. Don't get to a point where you can't even write exams, your head is full, you can't think straight because you're not sleeping well. Have at least 6 to 7 or even 8 hours of sleep every day. Rest well, make sure you go out with people, go out with friends, create those memories, because college is so short. You think it's long, but you'll be surprised you're in your senior year already. So go out with friends, make sure you start early, start strong, build those relationships and connections, and balance it up with a little of rest. And when you do all this, you're going to achieve that success that would lead to you feeling valuable. And in the long run, you're going to feel like you belong where you are.